In today's video, I'm going to be taking a first look at teams in England that you should consider managing in FM24. For this video, I'm using the 23-24 update files created by Sortioutsi. A link for those will be in the description. Oldham fell out of League 2 at the end of the 22-23 season. Financial issues had begun to take their toll in recent years, leading to a sharp drop in competition level. Having once been a Premier League team in its inception, they could be considered as a fallen giant. They play at Boundary Park, which can hold 13,000 people, and the short-term goal here is to steady the ship. Your long-term objective: can you get them back to the Premier League? Solihull Moors are a team based just outside of Birmingham. They were the result of a merger of two teams back in 2007. They have been in the National League since the 2016-17 season, and in recent years have flirted with promotion to the Football League. They play at Damson Park, which has recently been upgraded to around 5,500 capacity stadium, and your short-term aim is to reach the Football League. Long-term, can you build them up to challenge the big Midlands teams such as Birmingham or Aston Villa? Wrexham are back in league football for the first time since 2008. They will be a popular choice for many FM24 players, as everybody will want to see how far the Hollywood investors' money can take the club. They play at the racecourse ground with a 10,500 capacity and should be flush for cash at this level. The long-term goal here is to achieve as much as you possibly can. Notts County, like Wrexham, are back in League 2, taking their place in the Football League for the first time since the 18-19 season. After stoking up a rivalry with Wrexham in the Vanarama National, this will now continue into League 2. Playing at Meadow Lane, with a capacity of nearly 20,000, you'll want to keep them in League 2 short term, and long term, get them in a position to challenge Forest in the battle of the Nottingham teams. Blackpool fell out of the Championship at the end of the 22-23 season. This means they are back in League 1 after only one season. Blackpool grew in reputation in the 2010-11 season, when they became one of the most unlikely teams to reach the Premier League. Since then, they have had a drop-off. Blackpool play at Bloomfield Road with a 17,000 capacity stadium. In the short term, you'll want to get back into the Championship. In the long term, can you get them back to being a Premier League team in the big time? Reading once upon a time were a high-flying team in England's top flight. Sadly, those days are a distant memory. They finished as high as 8th in the 06-07 Premier League before suffering second season syndrome as they were relegated. The last time they played in the top flight was 2012-13. Since then, financial issues have seen them struggle. A docking of points due to FFP means that they are now in League 1. In the short term, your aim here is to steady the ship. Long term, can you get them back to being a Premier League team? For the Championship, there were various options that I could have chose, but I went with Birmingham City. They're a club who have been through some very highs and some very, very lows. They managed to establish themselves as a Premier League team not too long ago, winning a League Cup on the way against Arsenal. However, poor off-field decisions from bad owners nearly put them out of business at one point for good. Birmingham, though, are now in a new era, with ownership which could lead to exciting times. The short-term goals will be to get Birmingham back into the top flight, and to achieve long-term success, you may need to see just how much money the ownership are willing to put into the club. Luton Town are a footballing fairy tale. Their rise to the Premier League has been the stuff of dreams. Working their way back to the top flight after financial difficulties, points deductions that led to relegations, and the changing of owners. Somehow, some way, they have managed to go from non-league back to the big time. Kenilworth Road, though, is the smallest ground in Premier League history. They won't have a massive budget to start the game, but they will probably be one of the most popular first save ideas for FM24 players. Your short term here is to keep them in the Premier League. Long term, though, can you turn them into a footballing powerhouse? The final team on the list is Chelsea. Now, yes, I know they are a big club, but they are a big club in a big mess. They did not have an impressive 22-23 season, and they haven't exactly set the world alight at the start of the 23-24 campaign either. They've spent over $1 billion on transfers in 3 transfer windows. They have a squad of massive numbers that you can only pick 25 players from, and they have an owner in Todd Bowley who wants to set up an all-star game in the Premier League. Joking aside though, you're going to inherit a very talented young team, but the biggest question is, can you put this jigsaw together better than Pochettino or Potter could? That then is my ideas for first saves in Football Manager 24 in England. There are some interesting clubs there, going from the very little ones to the biggest club in Chelsea. I think some of these will challenge you in that initial phase of the brand new game. Before I go, don't forget there are other guides to leagues in terms of the first look for clubs to manage, whether that be Germany, Italy, England, Spain, France. Some of those will be appearing on the channel very soon. If you haven't already checked out the rest of the channel, please feel free to do so. There are Wonder Kids, hints and tips, let's plays, tutorials, a little bit of something for everybody on the channel. And if you're new to the channel and you're hearing me for the first time, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the future FM24 content that will be coming.